Still aching, still aching. Ooh, 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 Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. It's Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Let's go. We're live? Yes. Catalunya, faith.
We must go now. Papa!
Tiago, go with your mother to the trap. Take this. It will always be your guide.
Yes, Papa.
We will join you shortly.
Xavier, the painting.
La maledicción. This way.
Senora, it is too late. Go.
No! Papa!
No, Papa.
Senor, in here.
Search them. Of course.
Paris.
Paris in the spring. Passion, romance, l'amour. I was working in art insurance. It paid the rent, just about. And then, by chance, I met Nico at a private view.
You didn't tell me that you were back in Paris, George?
We should catch up. Let's have lunch.
Nobody move! Non, monsieur! Not la malédiction! Oh. Stay back.
Once again, Paris had shown me her dark side. A brutal robbery, a senseless murder. Nico and I were about to be drawn into a new and terrifying adventure together. The gallery owner was dead. I guess sometimes playing the hero doesn't pay. My company had insured the exhibition, so I had a crime to solve. The cops would be here soon. I didn't have much time.
Okay. Wait. Sorry.
The priest was giving last rites to the gallery owner. I didn't want to interfere. This was where the stolen painting had hung. Why that painting? And why kill for it? The stolen painting had an alarm, which should have sounded when the painting was removed. I needed to find out why it hadn't. It was the speaker cone for the alarm. It hadn't sounded when the painting was stolen. Looked fine to me. That wasn't the reason the alarm didn't go off. So, the alarm wasn't broken. I suspected foul play. So that was why the alarm hadn't sounded. A wire had been cut. By someone who knew exactly what they were doing. This was an inside job.
Could be.
It was the speaker. The button. Someone had cut a wire and sabotaged the alarm. The pressure pad appeared to be working fine, but the cut wire had ensured that the alarm wouldn't sound when the painting was removed. The pressure pad, but the cut. The pressure pad, but the cut.
Aku balik ke ini.
The stolen painting was called La Malediccio, painted by someone called L. Serp in 1937, and worth just 40 grand.
Mana kok? Kau mana? Fuck FIFA
The
bro.
label said it
Ngelak
was
bro.
painted in 1932. The gallery wanted 80 grand for it. That painting was worth way more than the stolen one. So why didn't they take that? The door was locked with a keypad. The wires from the camera ran into the room behind. It must have captured the whole robbery. If I could get the code to the keypad, I might be able to shed some light on the crime. The cable for the camera ran into the room marked private. The thief left the pizza box behind. I wondered what was in it. Well, no surprise there. Pizza. The guy must have been hungry. There was only one slice left.
Ngobrol sama ini dulu, pendeta.
Excuse me, Father.
Yes, my son.
Yes, my son.
I'm George Stobart. My company insured the exhibition.
My name is Simeon.
Is there anything I can do?
You can pray for his soul.
A senseless murder.
On the contrary, this killing makes plenty of sense.
What do you mean?
A great evil has taken place. This is the work of the devil.
What?
I am a Dominican priest. I know these things. And now, excuse me, I must pray.
1 minute I'd been planning dinner with Nico. The next I was talking art theft, murder, and the devil with a priest. There was a small piece of paper in the dead man's hand. It was too intriguing not to take a look. It read, 2:30 p.m., be ready. Innocent enough, until I realized that the robbery took place at 2:30 p.m. There was something fishy going on around here, and it wasn't just the canapes. I quickly replaced the note. He definitely looked better.
Ya Allah.
I put the glasses back where they were. Best to leave the evidence the way I found it.
Orang mati dikasih ini.
I didn't want Henri's blood on my hands. In Henri's pocket was a tiny bottle. It was a bottle of Brett. The label claimed it would wake the beast within. A cryptic note and a bottle of no personal effects or anything else of such. I definitely needed to check out that office. The street was quiet and upmarket. Not the kind of place for an opportunist thief. Excuse me.
Monsieur?
Monsieur? Monsieur?
There's just been a robbery at the gallery.
Oh, really?
You don't sound surprised.
All property is theft, monsieur. And all art is property. Therefore, all art is theft.
Oh.
Do you not agree?
Well, when you put it like that, it's hard not to. What do you know about Le Lizard Bleu?
It's bourgeois, vacuous, and overpriced. Just like its overblown curator, Hector Lane.
What do you know about Hector Lane?
Lane? Oh, yes. He drinks here sometimes. He slid away last night without paying.
Last night? What sort of time?
After midnight, for sure. If you see him, give him this bill. And tell him to pay up next time.
I wondered whether Lane was in a hurry to get somewhere, or just trying to skip paying his bill. Did you see anybody run out of the gallery earlier?
There was a beautiful woman with a camera. She was chasing somebody.
Oh, that must have been Nico.
You know her? You surprise me.
Can you tell me anything about the man she was chasing?
I assume, monsieur, that like all of us, he is inherently unknowable.
No wonder this guy's cafe was empty. The gallery owner, Henri, was shot dead trying to stop the robbery.
Life has no meaning the moment you lose the illusion of being eternal.
Right. Did you know him well?
Can we ever truly know another human being, monsieur? He spent little time at the cafe, unlike his friend, Monsieur Lane.
So you and Lane aren't best of pals, huh?
The man is a second-rate critic, peddling meaningless aphorisms.
Thank you for your consistent indifference, monsieur.
Perhaps next time you come, I will give you a coffee. Perhaps not.
Father?
Yes, my son.
What did you mean when you said that a great evil had taken
Farming dulu, farming
Your
peluru.
adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour.
What?
Peter 5:8. The devil is all around, Mr. Stobart.
Did Henri say anything before he died?
He said, "Stop the car, I want to get in."
Huh?
What does that mean?
We may never know.
What brought you to the exhibition, Father?
The painting.
Which one?
La Maledictio, of course.
The painting that was stolen.
I had to confront the evil.
I think there's something strange going on here.
Yes, Mr. Stobart. At last you see the truth.
No, Father. I mean that the robbery looks like an inside job.
The devil's work is always an inside job.
Do you know the code to get into the office?
No, but you could always pray and ask for divine guidance.
With respect, Father, I'm looking for a slightly quicker solution. A wire in the painting's alarm was deliberately cut.
Cut by the devil himself, perhaps.
Well, as far as I know, sightings of guys with horns and tails have been a little down recently.
You mock me, Mr. Stobart. But as you will discover, the devil likes to have the last laugh.
What do you know about the man who painted La Malediccio?
El Serp. He was a man playing with fire, the fire of eternal damnation.
Tell me about the stolen painting.
Whoever gets close to it will burn in hell.
Salah.
No one had noticed the pizza box fall onto the floor. I decided to leave. It was Hector Lane, France's greatest art critic. We'd met before. It hadn't ended well. For a moment, I thought he was dead, but from the snoring, I guessed he'd only fainted. In the pocket was a pair of nail clippers. They were monogrammed with the letters HL. Lane was out cold. I was going to need something to bring him around.
Masa besar bangunan?
Even unconscious, Lane's body reacted to food. It was going to take something stronger than pizza to wake Lane.
Kagabi. Ini loh.
Time to awaken the beast. What?
What was that? It smells like the 70s. Where am I?
You fainted. Welcome back to the land of the living.
I wouldn't exactly call this living. Don't just stand there. Get me something to eat. I've had a terrible shock, you know.
I found a slice of pizza.
I asked for food, boy, not a cardboard simulacrum.
Oh, okay, if you don't want it.
I didn't say that. Now give it here. Given the circumstances, that was surprisingly acceptable. Now, what's been going on? Oh, Henri, is he
Dead? Afraid so.
poor chap? Just like him to steal the limelight, though.
Excuse me.
Do I know you?
Yes, our paths have crossed in the Glees Gallery.
Of course, the man with the absinthe. I don't suppose you...
Afraid not.
Pity. I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble remembering your name.
I'm George Stobart. I insured the exhibition.
I hope you have deep pockets then, my boy.
Could I ask you a few questions, Mr. Lane?
Fire away.
Do you know anything about the stolen painting?
Of course, dear boy. La Malediccio, a little-known work, turned up at the last minute.
What about the killer? Were you able to get a look at him?
A delinquent in a tin hat. Beyond that, I don't really recall.
Oh, yeah, you fainted.
Those of us with a higher aesthetic are more sensitive to violence.
If Lane was involved with the gallery, then he had to know the code to that door. Oh, looky here. This is interesting. An unpaid bill from the cafe next door.
Your point?
It's your bill, Mr. Lane. Pink champagne. Nice touch. The waiter wants you to pay up, by the way.
My financial affairs are none of your business.
Iya po. Gomen, gomen, gomen.
Who painted the stolen painting?
Therein lies a mystery. We only know his pseudonym, El Serp. He was a Catalan, a modernist. His works are symbolic, religious.
What can you tell me about the stolen painting?
La Malediccio, a challenging piece. If you like a wide cast of obscure saints and fringe Christian symbolism, of course. Not especially valuable, though. The thief won't get much for it on the black market.
So, you help run this place? Maybe you can give me the code to that door.
The code to the office?
I just thought you might have the number.
I do, but I couldn't possibly give you access before the police arrive.
I figured I wasn't going to get the door code from Lane by playing. I needed to turn the... Mr. Lane, you're...
And why, pray, should I do that?
Because the way the cops will see it, you're the prime suspect. We both know you're innocent, Mr. Lane, but the cops, well, they may not see things so simply. I might be able to get them off your case, but in exchange, I'd like the code for the office door.
But that's preposterous. The police would have neither evidence nor motive.
Funny you should mention that. Someone sabotaged the alarm on the stolen painting. A wire was cut.
What? Who could have got into the alarm system?
Exactly. It was an inside job, Mr. Lane.
You're not suggesting that I...
Well, I'm afraid that's the way the cops are going to see it.
That's preposterous. How could I possibly have cut the wire?
Pakai nail press itu. Gitu ya.
Are these your nail clippers, Mr. Lane?
Yes, they have my initials monogrammed on them.
Huh. The perfect implement for cutting the alarm on the stolen painting.
What are you saying?
Well, the alarm was sabotaged, Mr. Lane. It was an inside job.
Are you accusing me? How dare you?
How dare you?
I had no reason to kill Henri, no motive whatsoever.
Okay, but I don't think the cops will see it like that. And I sure would like that door code. The evidence is piling up against you, Mr. Lane.
This is ridiculous.
I have evidence that puts you near the gallery late last night. But give me the code to the door, and the cops don't need to know a thing.
Impossible. What evidence?
Mr. Lane, this...
As I said, I shall take my chances. You're not getting that door code.
So, you and Henri, not the best of pals, huh?
He and I had a convivial, professional relationship.
Trouble is, I'm not seeing many tears.
Are you?
The cops will be looking for a motive. Just give me the code to the door, and I can help you.
You're going to have to try harder than...
How about it, Mr.
Sir,
Guilty by way...
I've been away from Paris for
Take a look at this.
What of it?
It's your bill from the cafe next door.
So?
You sure drank a lot of champagne last night without paying the bill. But you told me that you were away from Paris last night. I hate to say it, but that sounds like a lie to me. Tell you what, you give me the code to the door, and the police need never know. A motive and proof of involvement. Not looking good, Mr. Lane.
You are a blackmailer, Stobart.
Just doing my job.
All right. You have me. The number is 6397.
Let's go.
But I admit to none of these spurious accusations.
I had the code. The police would be here any moment, so I had to work fast. What was that number again? 642... No.
Everyone, hold it right there.
Damn it.
I am Inspector Navet of the Paris Serious Crime Squad, and I hereby declare this crime scene open. Closed. Now, nobody move, especially you on the floor. Mo, I want a total lockdown. Nobody in or out. Apart from me, of course.
I needed to get back into the gallery, but a familiar figure was guarding the door. It was Sergeant Mou. Our paths had crossed before. Sergeant Mou, we meet again.
Aha, Madame Collard, an unexpected pleasure.
I was in the gallery at the time of the theft. Can I get back in?
I am sorry, but I am under strict orders from Inspector Navet. Nobody in, nobody out. And I must correct you, madame. It is no longer just a theft. It is a murder.
Mon Dieu! That poor man! Here's my press card. Do you have a statement for the paper?
Yes, madame. Stay away from the crime scene and let the police do their job. And always leave a light on when you go out at night.
I witnessed the crime. I've got to get back in there.
I'm sure you can make an official statement in good time.
I saw the thief. I think I can help the investigation.
I am implacable, Madame Collard.
I chased after the shooter and got a photo of him.
Inspector Navet will be delighted.
You've got to let me into the gallery to show him.
Absolutely not.
So, I cannot go in without Inspector Navet's permission?
No.
And to get Inspector Navet's permission, I need to go in.
Exactement.
Have you ever heard of Kafka, Sergeant Mou?
Madame Collard, I do not see what soccer players have to do with this.
No, he's a... Never mind. Who is Inspector Navet?
The most promising young investigator on the force. A genius. A man blessed with almost superhuman insight.
He sounds highly perspicacious.
Madame, it is not for us to talk about the inspector's sweaty proclivities. He is about to solve his third case in as many days.
So, what's he got that the other investigators don't have?
Blood spatter. He is the world expert. He reads the entrails of the crime scene like a book.
I really need to get into the gallery and speak to...
Tut. He is not to be disturbed. He is applying his famous scientific methods. Any moment now, the case will be cracked. I certainly hope so. I am dog-tired and want to go home.
This was madness. Sergeant Mou wasn't going to let me in. Why are you so tired, Sergeant Mou?
I have been working for 3 days with no rest. Navet is a genius in his field, and he assumes that we all have his energy and vigor.
Oh, you poor man. If you'd like to go and get some sleep, I will watch the door for you.
That's very thoughtful of you. Ha! A cunning attempt to make me a deserter, madame. A gendarme never leaves his post.
Well, how about a hot drink?
That would do the trick for sure. Unfortunately, I mustn't drink on duty. My doctor specifically warned me against it after the last incident.
That incident you mentioned, what happened exactly?
I don't want to talk about it. All I can say is it was very unfortunate. I am on duty, and I need to focus.
Thanks a lot, Sergeant Moo. You've been so helpful.
Madame,
Parang abang ini ko.
Bonjour, monsieur.
whatever it is you want, we are closed.
Then why are you standing here?
You would not understand, madame.
Try me.
Because I look at you, and I know you are like all the others.
The others?
The pretty women who shop, who gossip, who have their spa days, their almond croissant,
That bad, huh?
and the men with their grooming products and their shiny shoes and their skinny suits who come to my cafe and ask me for lattes, macchiatos, frappe.
I see your point.
Is this what we fought on the barricades for, madame? Ripped up the paving slabs, bled on the streets.
Isn't it?
No, madame, it is not. We fought for ideas, for philosophy, for freedom, equality, fraternity.
Vive la révolution.
And do you know what drove us on as we fought? What fueled the streets of Paris in that glorious spring? What made our hearts soar?
Cheap wine and free sex?
No, madame, no! It was French Café Noir that inspired us. The simple demi-tasse. The black, sweet taste of freedom.
So that's why you closed?
Yes, madame. I serve only thinkers, philosophers, revolutionaries. And you, madame, with your polite top and your pointy ears, are none of those things.
This is a cafe.
Yes, to the right people.
On any other day, I would have given this guy a straight one to the chin. But there was a chance he could help me get into the gallery. Monsieur,
Life is fleeting, madame. The sands of time are running through your
well, that may be, but
We know not what we want, and yet we are responsible for what we are.
there's been a crime.
That is terrible, madame. But you know what they say.
No, but I think you're going to tell me.
Life begins on the other side of despair. C'est vrai, no?
Well, I guess so. He was pushing me to the point of despair.
During the riots, we battled the forces of oppression.
Oh, really? That must have been terrifying.
It was, except that they made me stay behind the barricades with the other baristas. We made coffee by the liter to fuel the resistance. I've never brewed so much coffee. Of course, our brave heroes spent half their time going for a pee. But with our coffee inside them, they fought the running dogs all night long.
None of this was helping me get past Sergeant Moo.
Au revoir.
Here's my press card.
La liberté. Madame, you are not the person that I took you to be. You must accept my deepest, my most profound apologies.
Well, of course I accept. But why?
La liberté. The great journal of freedom.
Mangat bang, makasih bang.
As the tear gas blew and the blood flowed. It was
Makasih
La
bang, makasih bang,
Liberté
Aris.
which carried the voice of our revolution to the world. I know now that you are not the kind of woman who would ask me for almond croissant.
Thank you bang.
You are a true daughter of France, and I am your humble servant.
Monsieur,
The road to enlightenment is a long one, madame. Perhaps you will walk that road with me?
Could we have a
Bacot Bang
little
Rian.
chat?
Anytime, madame.
Bang Rian kok gak nyemangati Bang Rian?
How about some coffee?
For you, madame, of course. There is only one coffee that I can serve you. Black, strong, and in a tiny cup. One moment. Here is your coffee, madame.
Thank you, monsieur.
Gak duduk itu minum kopi, berdiri.
The coffee was hot and strong. Did you see anything happen at the gallery earlier?
I saw you running after a pizza delivery guy. Somebody said he killed someone.
That's true. He stole a painting and shot the gallery owner.
How close we are to death. And yet how far from ever comprehending it.
Well, right now I need to get back inside and figure out what happened.
I applaud you, madame. To seek the truth is a worthy ambition.
As a journalist, that is my duty. Would you make me a coffee to go?
For a fellow revolutionary? Of course, madame.
Course, madam.
One moment. Here's your takeaway coffee, madame.
Thank you, monsieur.
Mezi bola. Mainnya pakai mouse doang, coy. Gak perlu pakai keyboard loh. Kita nengok HP tangan kan.
Salut.
Bonjour, madame.
That incident you mentioned.
I don't want to talk about it. All I can say is it was very
Dan Bang, halo Bang.
unfortunate. I am
Halo Bang
objective, and
Bagas
I need
sekarang.
to focus.
Agak susah nyebutnya saya Bang. Maaf Bang.
Sergeant Mu, I
Absen
brought
Bang,
you a coffee.
absen.
Coffee? Fantastic.
Halo Bang
Just
Bagas.
what I need. But wait, I must not. My little problem.
I'm sure one little cup of coffee won't hurt.
I'm tempted, madame, but
Bang, kita kecil dulu suara Junya Bang. Kedengaran suara Bang. Nah, segini aja deh.
I cannot risk.
So, this incident, it involved you, some coffee, and your little problem?
Sorry Bang, agak bosenin Bang. Ini gamenya klik-klik-klik, point klik
I'm
dong.
all ears, Sergeant.
Tapi ceritanya bagus kok ini.
Since you seem quite understanding, I shall elaborate.
Please do.
I was in charge of canine security for the president himself. One day, en vacances, he went for a private discussion with a lady minister. I stayed alone with his dog, but I had drunk a coffee to stay awake, and nature came to call. So I tied the dog to a tree and went for a secret pee-pee. When I came back, the dog was having a
Huh?
liaison dangereuse with the lady minister's terrier.
What?
But how did they find out?
Well, 2 months later, the president's Labrador gave birth to 6 beautiful mongrels. And I was busted to sergeant just after the president's divorce came through.
You are a victim of a great injustice, Sergeant.
Kinda fucked up.
You think so?
But of course, you knew you must not fall asleep at your post. You were guarding the president himself.
Well, the president's dog.
Ah, it was the same thing.
Yes, I suppose.
And by drinking that coffee, you made the ultimate sacrifice for our glorious republic, your career.
Now you put it like that?
And now France is calling you again. She is saying, drink, Sergeant Mu, drink!
She is?
She is. Drink or fall asleep at your post. Which is it to be?
I suppose it is drink?
Bravo, Sergeant!
Yes, dapat ya. Kita dapat dia minum ya.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Excuse me, madame.
Berat kencing.
I must use the petit gendarme's room. It has gone straight through me. Could you watch the gallery door for me?
Oh, you can count on me, Sergeant.
Itu adalah rayuan perempuan ya, teman-teman.
I distracted Moo.
Jangan mau terayu lah pokoknya.
How did you get past Sergeant Moo? Well, you won't fool me so easily, madame. I shall question you later.
Nico, am I glad to see you.
I managed to grab a couple of photos, but the guy got away.
Poor Henri is dead.
I know. Why kill him?
I've been trying to find out. Turns out the alarm was tampered with. It looks to me like an inside job.
So, no ordinary robbery?
And no ordinary painting. The priest claims that La Maledizio is evil. I need to get into the office and see what the CCTV has to offer.
So, what's the problem?
The inspector's watching me like a hawk. I'll never get in without some sort of distraction.
I'll see what I can do.
Sekarang distraksi inspektornya.
Inspector Nave, do you have a moment?
My time is of the essence. Be quick now.
Did you see the alarm was sabotaged?
I have interrogated the crime scene, madame. I prefer biological evidence to the merely circumstantial. Body parts, blood, important things.
Don't you think the disabled alarm is highly suspicious, though?
The forensic team will be along shortly. Voice your concerns to them. Do not bother me with this circumstantial fliff-flaff.
Thanks, Inspector. I'll let you know
Bang,
if I
siapa?
remember anything else.
Halo Bang Humaira. Bang atau Kak ini
If I was
Humaira?
going to distract Nave,
Halo
I
Humaira.
needed to unearth, and the bloodier, the better.
Apa kabar Bang?
The tomato sauce had splattered on the floor. I spread some of this sauce around with my shoe. It looked a little bit like a blood stain, but it still wasn't right. If I was going to distract the cop, I had to get rid of that gum. No way was I going to clean that up with my bare hands. That wouldn't happen.
Kok mau?
I scraped up the chewing gum with my press card.
Halo Bang, halo.
The tomato sauce looked as close to blood as it was ever going to.
7 sins Bang. Apa tuh Bang? 7 dosa gak Bang? Enggak Bang. Kok gak bisa keluar? Kita mainnya FC 24 sins Bang.
Inspector,
Left 4 Dead lah Bang, kita mah.
Yes?
Langsung aja kali ya ke Bloodstain.
have you seen the stain on the floor over there? It looks like blood.
Indeed. How very curious. I must investigate immediately, before one of these idiots steps in it.
Gitu dong, percaya deh. Padahal tuh tomat ya kan. Masa dia gak bisa berein tomat sama daun?
Interesting. Maybe it is time to employ
Nah, sekarang si inspektor ada ke distract, bisa lah
Okay,
si
Josh,
George masuk.
that should distract him for a while.
Nice work, Nico. I'll let you know what I find in the office.
Yeay.
I was sure the inspector hadn't seen me slip away, but I needed to be quick because it wouldn't take him long.
Ini ada patung Squidward ini, geng.
At last, Stobart.
Sorry, Mr. Rickenbacker. I've been busy.
Yeah, I damn well hope so. I'm watching the news.
Oh, anything interesting?
Yeah, someone stole a painting.
Oh, really?
And it was one you insured. What's going on?
Yes. Well, the guy was armed, sir.
So?
You think I should have thrown myself in front of the thief, wrestled him to the ground, got myself shot?
Sure would have made me feel better. Anyway, find that painting, or give me a good reason not to pay out. Please tell me that you have some leads.
I'm working on it.
Gue langsung klik ke painting Squidward dulu deh. Painting SpongeBob.
The
Satunya
statue
SpongeBob
was
guys.
jaunty. Up close and personal, I could see that the fig leaf was hinged.
Bukan itu ya. Okay.
The poster advertised the 1975 Stockholm Music Festival, headlined by a group called the Hairy Lobsters.
What is this DP system nih?
The CCTV system was ancient. It took individual shots and recorded them to tape. It looked like I needed to enter a passcode to view the
Pakai password dong. Apa passwordnya? It's kind of bug. Gue mau keluar gak bisa dari tadi.
I needed. The calendar looked like a child's school project. Henri had ringed 27th May and scrawled birthday. Poor guy hadn't quite made it to his big day.
Kayaknya itu deh passwordnya. 2705 berarti ya.
Bingo. I rewound the tape to before the robbery. This was the first interesting frame. It was Henri studying La Malédiction. He couldn't have had any idea what was about to happen. The image was a little fuzzy, but in the center of the painting was what looked like a snake eating its own tail. I thought about what the priest said. There was definitely something unsettling about the picture. Was Henri studying that picture, or did he look worried?
We don't
There
know.
was definitely more to this robbery than I first thought. Nico and I were taking a look at La Malédiction just before the robbery. Funny, the painting didn't strike me as remarkable at the time, just odd. It seemed that whenever Nico stepped back into my life, so did trouble. There I was, looking at the exhibition.
Hey, look at it. Oh no.
A good view of La Malédiction. I could kind of see why Father Simeon thought it was evil. There was a certain presence about it. The most striking aspect of the painting, the killer caught in the act. There was nothing really distinctive about him. The CCTV had caught the killer in the act of lifting La Malédiction from the wall. He knew exactly which painting to take. The moment it all went horribly wrong. Why hadn't Henri backed down when the thief pulled the gun? If that was me, I'd have done whatever the guy wanted. There was some writing on the front of his helmet, but I couldn't quite make it out. The most striking... The killer making his getaway.
Oh, ini nih, helmnya nih.
A logo on the front of his helmet read Waterloo Motors.
Waterloo Motors.
That could be useful.
Yep.
Poor Henri. Whoever was wearing that helmet was going to... The painting was gone. There I was, taking a look at the alarm box. Hopefully I didn't look too... I hadn't thought about that when I was taking a look at the camera. That was the last shot. I'd probably learned everything I could from the CC.
Ini yakin nih gak ada lagi nih.
Whoever was wearing that... A logo... Poor Henri.
Entah apa, senjatanya gak bisa.
The next shot had a better view of the right. This frame caught the moment the killer took the painting. There was nothing else in the drawer. The folder looked interesting. This was very definitely tampering with evidence. It was a completion of work notice from a company called Vera Security.
Vera Security.
They weren't the guys we'd recommended. Henri had gone behind our backs to choose a different security outfit. Huh. I'd never heard of Vera Security, but there was an address and phone number on... I had no reason to search the desk again. The sofa had clearly taken... A naked lady stared at me seductively. There was a crumpled letter in the... In the trash can, I found a crumpled letter from Henri's credit card company, demanding immediate payment. It listed extravagant purchases from a variety of ladies' fashion stores. The address indicated that Henri lived in the chic and expensive 16th arrondissement of Paris. I decided to put the letter back. Henri's financial problems weren't my business. But now I knew where he lived.
Ya masuk deh.
Monsieur, sir, you have snuck in here, and now you are tampering with my evidence.
Apa nih? Truth, lies. Truth, lies. We have no reason to lie. Nggak ada alasan untuk bohongan gitu. Bertalah.
I wasn't tampering with anything. I was just looking for clues.
That is my job, Monsieur
Stobart. George Stobart. Paris Mutual. We insured the exhibition.
Oh, really? So, you have plenty to gain from the robbery.
Well, no. We have plenty to lose from the robbery.
Don't patronize me, monsieur. Only a fool wouldn't know how insurance works.
Yeah. No flies on you, Inspector.
Exactly. I have to get up very early in the morning, which means I can be sure to catch the worm.
So I see.
May I remind you, monsieur, that a serious crime has been committed. I am going to have to ask you to return to the gallery.
Of course. But I do need to ask you a few questions.
D'accord. But remember, anything you say can be used against you, Monsieur Stobart.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind. Do you know anything about a company called Vera Security?
No, I have never heard of them. Now, I must get on with my...
It's very likely that the security camera holds a clue to the killer's identity.
Monsieur, I am a professional, and you are an amateur. So, leave the investigating to me, huh? Pal? Monsieur, you are American, no?
Yeah, California born and bred.
Of course. I think perhaps you are wanting to be like that Starsky and Butch, monsieur. No? Rolling around on top of fast cars with beautiful ladies, firing your gun.
Interesting idea, Inspector, but not really my style.
Indeed. Well, Let me tell you something, monsieur. You are my prime suspect. You may go now, but I will need to speak with you again.
I had some valuable leads. But before following up on them, I had important business to attend to. Hey, Nico, you want to grab a quick cup of coffee?
Sure.
I am pleased to announce that I have finished my preliminary investigation. This is now an official crime scene, and you must all go. I shall be questioning all of you again in the coming days. Nobody is to leave the country, particularly you, Monsieur Stobart. Monsieur Lane will stay behind to help secure the premises. Mo?
Yes, Inspector.
Let them out.
Right away, sir.
Two coffees, please.
Nice work in there, Nico. Whatever you did, it worked.
I just made a tiny distraction, and Nave bought it.
I think Nave would buy anything if it had blood on it.
Jumpa lagi sama abang-abang ini penjual kopi ya.
You know, this whole setup,
Barista,
the theft, the
barista.
murder, it just doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
The CCTV picked up an image of the thief. His helmet had the words Waterloo Motors written across it.
Interesting. I think I got a couple of good shots of him too, but I need to take a better look at them at home.
Great. Let me know what you find. Like I said, I think it was an inside job.
Go on.
Someone disabled the alarm, but on just one painting.
Let me guess. La Maledictio.
La Maledictio.
And I aim to find out who did it. Well, the priest thinks La Maledictio is evil.
Charles, she's just crazy.
Yeah, you're probably right. I found the address of the security company Henri employed. It was not the one that I recommended.
Good luck with your investigations. Well, I guess I should go. This story won't write itself. And Josh,
Yeah?
it's good to see you again.
Great to see you too, Nico. I watched her walk away. The sound of traffic, the sun shining, a crime to solve, and Nico back in my life.
Ya. Terus Paris. Kita kemana dulu? Paling ke security.
The address led me to a dead-end alley at the end of a deadbeat mall. No wonder I'd never heard of Vera's security.
Ini nggak sih Vera ini?
Vera's security. I was going to get some answers there. I hope.
Please don't touch the sign. You'll just make it worse. Please don't touch this.
Hi. I wonder if you can help me. I'm looking for Vera's security.
Yes, of course. It's the shop behind you.
Thank you. The name's George, by the way.
Call me Bassam. And do please forgive me, but I'm in no mood to talk. I have a resounding headache.
Oh. Pak lah bangku gua.
Bad migraine, eh?
The worst. The buzzing and flashing from the old sign is killing me. I thought the neon sign had potential until it broke.
Is it your sign?
No, the previous owners used to be a restaurant. This is horrible. Adversely affecting my footfall and giving me a splitting headache.
You want me to try fixing that sign for you?
Do you know what you're doing?
I'm very good at fixing things.
Then please do. I'm no good at electricals. Marketing analysis and predicting trends is more my thing.
I took a good look at the sign. The wiring was exposed and the cover broken. No wonder it was flashing. I pulled the wire off. Well, that was one way to stop the letters flashing. Now only half the sign was illuminated.
Diganti kemana?
The buzzing and flash.
And I am very grateful. But the sign still looks pretty terrible, doesn't it? When you're building a brand from the ground up, name is everything. I need a name that makes my customers long for adventure and treasures from faraway places.
I could take a look at your sign, come up with something.
You're like a genie from a magic lamp.
Bener kan Aladinnya?
Tell me about your business idea.
This stall is going to put me through college while giving me field experience. But the nonsense sign is working against me. It should spell a name for my shop. I need something original, yet familiar, bright and in your face, yet subtle and symbolic.
Seemed the letters could be moved around. Shame it didn't have the right letters to spell Bassam. I'd have to think of something else.
Aladdin tuh D-nya 2 tuh. TD
At least the sign's not buzzing.
I know, and I do appreciate. And as it says in, if only it's spelled, that would send my.
What? Itu udah Aladdin The Whole New World lagi Tera. The Whole New World, the fucking song. No, I had to try it. Aladdin. Aladdin. Salah. I don't know though, but coba. Ini Aladdinnya, oh Aladdin masih hidup ya.
Aha. That seemed like a good name. Hey, Bassam, how about this? I know it's not your name, but...
Aladdin. Very cool. That's a terrific name for my store.
Aladdin
It's
pindah dong.
every one of my USPs.
Glad you like it.
You're a genius, George. Let me know if I can do anything for you. Aha, Mr. Stobart. What can I do for you?
What do you think?
I'm over the moon, George. Thanks to you, I can now sell my retro cavalcade of musical cards, brushes, souvenirs. And you know what they say, happy sellers make happy shoppers.
So what are you selling?
Ah, I'm glad you asked. I sell all those things you can't get anywhere else in Paris.
Like...
English biscuits, Turkish delight, French cassettes, Brazilian Betamax videos.
I really like your new sign.
It's magnificent. I owe you one.
I decided to keep the wire. If
What?
Bassam knew how flimsy the sign was, he wouldn't be happy.
Itulah langsung aja masuk lah ya. Happy, nice to meet you, Basam.
Help!
What's wrong?
There's a monster
What? Where?
on the floor. Get rid of it.
Oh, the cockroach.
Yes, the cockroach. Help!
There was a huge cockroach in the way.
Hah? Lewati aja bang, ya Allah. Mesti diapain dulu nih?
The ashtray was full of cigarette butts. The filters were gold-colored. Very exotic.
Keren banget itu rokok.
Romanovs, a Russian brand cigarette. The pack was empty. As a child, I'd always been told not to play with matches. But I never could resist.
Bisa dimasukin ke ini kan? Ke mancis, ke korek. Korek atau mancis sih bilangnya? Kita bilangnya korek.
Come here, little fella.
That's it.
I tipped out the matches. I couldn't catch it just by swiping at it. I'd need to entice it closer. I set down my matchbox. Cockroaches like hiding in dark places. Not a bad idea when you think about it. Cockroach wasn't going for it. I needed some bait. That wasn't worth trying. The box needed some bait.
Bisa nggak?
I needed a better idea.
Oh,
I was never good.
pakai Western people, Bang. Kalau gue tuh udah pakai tangan gue sendiri aja. Ada clue lain nggak?
A crumpled cigarette pack. The ashtray was full.
Ada lagi sih.
Romanovs.
Bang, nggak bisa keluar gue, Bang. Ini kok mentok gini kan? Ini gue. Cari di luar berarti gue.
Aha, Mr. Stobart.
Do you happen to know a good way to catch a cockroach?
To be honest, George, I'm better. But as a layman, perhaps I could suggest you trap it? And please,
Why's that?
the entire family will catch the scent and arrive for the funeral.
Ooh, we don't want that.
You need to find a container of some sort. Then I think add...
Rich tea. Oh, what's that, a cookie?
the perfect cockroach biscuit. Dry, dull, unsatisfying, and yet curiously Moorish.
I'll give it a try.
Glad to help.
I added some bait to the matchbox. Even I was finding it hard to resist that little trap. Gotcha!
You are a gentleman and no mistake. I hate cockroaches.
Always ready to help a damsel in distress.
I bet you are. Can I help you?
Yes, please. Do you know if there's anyone in the office I can talk business with?
Yes, me, chérie. I'm Annette, the manager.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean... The gloves. I just thought...
Ah, easy mistake to make. If you haven't been reconstructed, that is.
Oh, but I have been reconstructed. A number of times. From the ground up.
What can I do for you?
There's been a theft at Le Lizard Bleu. A painting's been stolen.
Shame. Still, I'm sure you'll get over it.
I believe your company set up the security.
Oh, no, we didn't.
Oh, yes, you did. Did. But I didn't. It says here that Vera was hired to do the security of the gallery. Didn't do a very good job, did you?
Where did you get that? That job was signed off. You can't say we were to blame.
I was getting a bad feeling. The place looked like a front, and the only person there wasn't helping.
Yep,
Maybe the office itself could give me more information.
Are you done? Only I want to listen to this next race.
Thanks.
Please stay on the other side of the counter.
It was like she had some kind of psychic power. She could just feel what I was...
Look, do you mind?
Annette's
Do you mind?
Annette was watching.
Do you mind?
Annette was watching me like a hawk.
Oh iya, ada telepon ya?
Hello, we're security. We make you secure.
I'd already adjusted the radio.
Wrong number again. Damn nuisance calls.
A quick look revealed that the drawer was empty. A quick look revealed that the drawer was empty.
Hah?
Please.
Oh, bukunya. Iya, iya, iya.
Hello, we're security. We make you secure. Wrong number again. Damn nuisance calls.
Bunuh bang. Enggak bro, enggak bisa ngebunuh kita sini bro.
I wanted to see what secrets the book might contain. There was a photo. Of course, I grabbed it. Nothing else interesting in there.
Bisa gitu ya, nggak ketahuan ngambil-ngambil gitu. Gue tuh udah ketahuan. Namanya juga game ya.
What can I do for you?
Annette, could I just have a quick look in your back office?
What do you take me for?
What? No. I mean, can I look in there?
Oh, I see. No, you can't. It's private.
No shit.
Are you betting on a horse?
No, I just like hearing the sound of hooves.
Oh, well, that's unusual.
Don't be an idiot. I got 50 euros on Lucky Break.
Ah, well, I hope you win.
So do I, Sherry. So do I.
Sherry.
Yeah,
Balap
you've
kuda.
shown me already.
Ini berarti fotonya nih.
Recognize this?
Baru juga diambil fotonya.
Hey, that's my photo.
That's you with Lane, I believe.
So, what if it is?
What is he to you?
Oh, my Hector, that's what he is. My little Hector.
Yeah, I thought you said you had nothing to do with the gallery.
Look, here's how it is. I've only been here a few weeks. I had nothing to do with that gallery job. I just delivered the paperwork.
So, who's the manager before you?
I don't know. She just, one day, didn't come in for work. I shouldn't be talking to you. The boss told me to keep my mouth shut.
The boss. Have you got his number or address?
No, I've forgotten it. I mean, I never knew it.
Yeah, bohong-bohong nih.
A serious crime has been committed. You're in a lot of trouble.
I had nothing to do with it. Look, I need this job. I need the money. Anyway, it's only a silly old painting. No one got hurt.
Ada yang kebunuh bangsat.
The gallery owner was shot.
Badly?
He died.
Yeah, he's pretty dead.
Oh.
This is a murder investigation. Now, who's your boss?
I don't know. Honest, he faxes me if he wants anything.
Okay.
He. Who's he?
I've never seen him, never met him. Don't make trouble for poor Annette.
Thanks.
Pakai Witcher
I
sense
was
bang.
pretty sure Annette had told me all she was
Ini
going
pakai logical
She
sense
sounded
bang.
scared.
Nggak pakai ini bang. Nggak pakai penglihatan mata elang gitu bang. Kayaknya udah ada ini. Ada lagi kan?
I was pretty sure Annette had told
Oh
me.
ya, udah semua. Oke. Goodbye. Goodbye Basim. Basam. Ini imigran ini bro Basim.
Aha,
Nggak ada aja.
Time to confront Lane.
Udah tutup ini ya. Galeri.
The gallery was sealed off. The place looked empty. Lane wasn't exactly easy to miss, and it looked like he wasn't around.
Basim.
The
Iya
door
lagi.
was locked and sealed.
Assassin's
I
Creed.
needed to find Lane, and I was sure he wasn't in there. It was a beautiful... something about it.
Coba tanya sama abang ini coba.
Hi.
Monsieur.
Monsieur?
I'm looking for Mr. Lane. Has he been here?
Ah, yes, monsieur. He came by earlier. Told me he was off to console Henri's widow. I hope she's out.
Berarti kita harus ke tempat Henry. Cantik kali artnya ya kan. Pengen aku punya painting-painting kayak gini.
So Lane was consoling the widow.
Udah nyampe aja.
Did he have a grand scheme or just loose morals?
Oh ini rumah apartemen.
The door was locked.
Hello?
This is George Stobart. May I come up?
I'm sorry, this is a very inconvenient time. Come back later.
I know that's you, Mr. Lane. I need to talk to you. I need to talk to Madame Dubois.
I'm sure it can wait.
Mr. Lane, does the name Annette mean anything to you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. If you don't let me in, I'll tell the police about your interesting connection to the security company.
All right.
Digaslike mulu bangsat. Di blackmail terus deh. We go in.
Dear Lord, George, you have a worse timing.
Is this a bad time to accuse you of lying?
What do you want?
I've just come from Vera's security.
So?
What do you know about the owner of Vera's security?
I've never had the pleasure.
Tell me about Annette.
Who?
From Vera Security.
I don't know any Annette.
Udah nipu sih. Kasih fotonya lah.
I'm surprised you let your conquests keep souvenirs.
Where did you get that?
Annette lent it to me.
Bah, itu nipu.
Waving it around, for God's sake.
Come on, Lane. Tell me about Annette.
All right. I had a fling with her, okay? Now keep your voice down.
And you two fixed the security for the robbery?
No, nothing like that. Anyway, the fling was a mistake. She turned out to be rather needy.
I believe you. You're not a criminal, just a lecherous old man.
Less of the old, if you don't mind.
Dia kah pelakunya?
As it happens,
Bukanlah kayaknya.
I make a lot of women happy.
Especially when you leave them.
Kan tadi dia di situ, di TKP pas ada malingnya.
Can you tell me anything about the owner of Vera?
Annette told me he's some angry-looking Russian chap.
Okay, Lane. Take off.
You can't tell me what to do.
You want me to show Bijou this picture?
All right, I'm going. You haven't heard the last of me, Stobart.
Promise?
and give me that photo.
If Lane was telling the truth, that meant that Annette was lying.
Mhm.
She said she'd never met the owner and was very keen to get rid of me. I wondered if she was hiding something interesting in that back office.
Are you going to introduce yourself properly?
Pleased to make your acquaintance, madame. My name's George Stobart.
Call me Bijou. Hello, young man. Such a delight to have a new visitor. What can I do for you?
I'm from the insurance company. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Henri, my poor sauvage. He died in his prime.
Could I just ask you a few questions?
Well, why not? A little company might just pep me up, as you Americans might say.
Your record player seems to be stuck on the same song.
Yes, this song gives me great comfort. It reminds me of Henri.
Henri was very brave at the gallery. He tried to stop the thief and paid the ultimate price.
Henri was my lion and my little pussycat.
Can you tell me about the gallery? Was the business doing well?
The gallery was Henri's baby. He never spoke to me about it.
So you weren't involved?
Not at all. Business is not my thing.
How are you coping?
I'm still trying to take it in, chérie.
Bijou, I think someone involved with the gallery helped the thief. It wasn't Hector Lane. He's not devious enough.
But who else?
I don't know. But I will get to the bottom of it, I promise you. Do you know this?
No,
Thank you for your help, Bijou.
Begitu dong.
My pleasure, young man. Do come back anytime.
Bijou appeared to know nothing. I still couldn't discount Lane. Annette, on the other hand, had lied about Vera's Securities owner.
Yep.
Henri was now dressed in a cheap suit. On balance, I prefer the waistcoat. A small, poor creature. A small The stereo was playing. You have a beautiful home, Bijou.
Oh, thank you. I do like... Chérie, please don't... Chérie...
Can I ask?
Truth?
Truth.
And then...
What's the story behind the stuffed dog?
Oh, Fifi. I was heartbroken when she went. I had
You
her
kan juga, Ma.
preserved so that we could be together forever.
That's very touching.
Isn't it?
Quite unusual these days to bring the...
Oh, he loved a good wake. Said they were better than any party.
Huh. Thank you for your help, Bijou.
My pleasure.
Night was falling. Annette would have left. It was time to pay a visit to Vera Security.
Short time later.
The empty mall was lit by bright moonlight. The perfect ambiance for a little detective work. I wanted a good look at that back office. I just had to find a way in. rearranging the sign had been a stroke of genius, even if I do say so myself. There was no way I could force the shutter open with my bare hands. I needed to find another way. It was the shutter control. There was no sign of a button or a keyhole. It must have been controlled remotely. A wire ran up to the electrical box above. There was an electrical box up there, but I couldn't reach it from the ground.
Pakai box ini bisa kali. Why is it going to nurse? Right. Wait, what? No. Dari maling dulu guys.
I popped the lid open. Inside was an air conduit and bing, the master controls for the shutters. It was the motor that operated the shutters. It was the master controller for the shutters. The wire connected the shutter motor to the master controller.
Did I cut the wire? Then put this together.
There was only one end to it. I'd cut the wire in half. The wire connected the power. There was only one end to it.
Nah.
In the drawer, it was my lucky day. It hadn't been used.
Kebuka
The
dong.
room was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing.
Kayak macet tadi bisa nggak? Oh, ya. Oh ini tombol ini.
In the corner of the
Keren
room
kali loh ini.
was a pizza delivery scooter, just like the one the killer had escaped on. It was a pizza delivery. Oil had dripped from the scooter onto the floor. The air vent. Oil had dripped. Just mess and empty boxes. I tried to free the gears, but they were jammed. Its service was long over. The shredder was.
Tadi ada ini sih, dia tadi ada ini ya.
Oil had dripped from.
Bisa pakai ini gak sih? Titipnya itu cotton bud.
I smeared some oil onto the cotton bud.
Coba lagi.
I smeared the gears with oil. It was time to see what was in the letter.
Oh. No way! Read the pieces, interact with the piece to pick it up. Biasanya gimana ya? Oh, ini namanya Roman Medowski. Thank you. Mana nih? Benar tadi. Agak lama dikit ya guys. Oh ini deh. Le blue. Oh ini. To be hanging. Coba diklip bangsat.
I grabbed the paperclip. It was the letter from Henri confirming that Vera's security had the contract for the exhibition. And it also revealed who was in charge at Vera. A guy called Medovsky. At first glance, it all seemed pretty run-of-the-mill. But why was Henri thanking Medovsky for being generous? And why was he pleased to represent him? Maybe Medovsky was the owner we'd been looking for. It didn't add up. I had a gut feeling. There was something fishy going on.
Will remain anonymous. Okay.
The air vent had a... The paperclip was perfect for the job. Now, what are you... Gotcha. Well, would you believe it?
What?
It was a gun. And very likely the one that had been used to shoot Henri.
Aha! So, what have we here?
Aduh.
L'Américain, Monsieur Stobart. You will rue the day you crossed my path, because now you are caught in my net like a little red herring.
Inspector, I'm investigating the robbery.
No, monsieur. You are breaking and entering an innocent storeroom.
I found the murder weapon.
Found? No. Planted? Yes. Mou, arrest this man and take him to the station. I shall squeeze you, Monsieur Stobart, until your pips squeak.
Thanks, Ronnie. I just wish I'd got some better shots of the killer.
Are you kidding? That stuff from the hip, very dramatic. You did good, Nico.
So, what's next?
Get me an interview with the owner, and you've got Sunday's front page.
I'm on it already.
Keep me up to speed. Let me know before you write anything up.
Of course. Oh, gotta go. Someone at the door. Monsieur?
Are you Nicole Collard?
Yes, can I help you?
I need to sit down.
You'd better come in. Would you like a glass of wine?
Yes, those stairs are a nightmare. That's better.
So, what can I do for you, monsieur?
My name is Tiago Marquez.
Senor.
I saw your report on the robbery. I found your address. I came straight away. I needed to see you.
And why is that?
The stolen painting, La Malédiction. It belongs to me.
Ronnie had wanted me to interview the owner, and now here he was. Or rather, he was somebody who claimed to be the owner. So the stolen painting is yours. Tell me more.
La Malédiction belonged to my family in Catalonia in the 30s, before the Civil War.
So what was it doing here in Paris?
The fascists stole it in 1938. They killed my father, but not me. I escaped.
Yang tadi nih.
I have been looking for it
Prolog
ever
tadi.
since. You have to help me find it.
Tell me about it.
I am Tiago Marquez, the rightful owner of La Malédiction. What else is there to...
You traveled all the way from Catalonia?
No, since the war, I've lived in France, in the southwest. And now I want the painting back.
Did you lose all your family in the Civil War?
When they came for us in 38, I fled with my mother. But my father was not so lucky.
I'm sorry.
I would have stayed and fought for freedom, but I was just a boy.
You've got my attention, but if I'm to help you, I need more to go on.
I have something. This old photograph. It is of me and my family. See the painting above the fireplace?
Yes, it's La Malédiction. The photograph suddenly appeared to link the old man to the painting.
You took the photographs at that robbery, huh?
I did, yes.
I need to see
Ini
them.
settingan tahun berapa sih? Ini komputer udah modern
Why?
gitu kayaknya. Kayak 2000 ke atas ya.
Must see them.
All right. Here they are.
Mungkin kali ya.
This shot didn't come out too well.
It's perfect.
Perfect?
Finally, La Malédiction in all its splendor. The lines, the color, the detail. It's been so long since I've seen it.
Then take it. That shot is no good to me. Here's the thief making off with the paint.
What is that tattoo on his arm?
Looks like a skull and crossbones. Headhunters, I can try, monsieur. This is the best shot I took. They used it in the paper.
Yes, it is how I recognize La Malédiction, my painting.
It does look like the one in your photograph.
So close, but now it is lost again.
This one was rejected. Georges got in the way.
Who is this George?
Just a friend. He insured the painting.
So, he will know who is this liar who claims to own my painting.
I don't think he does. He would have told me. In front of Georges. That tattoo is real.
Yes.
So you are certain that this is...
Of course.
Marquez's story was very interesting. I wondered if the gallery kept ownership record. And while I didn't wholly trust him, this was the one lead that I didn't want to lose. Where are you staying?
What? Nowhere. Here, perhaps.
I didn't want him to stay in my apartment. There was another solution. My neighbor is out of town for a few days. You could stay there.
Yes, that would be good. Thank you.
Great. Let's go. Adam said that he would leave the spare key under the mat. My neighbor had left a key for me, which reminded me I hadn't watered his plants for a week.
Parah.
The key wasn't there. The gap was wide. Using the sticky chewing gum,
This will do.
glad it's up to standard. I have to go out, monsieur. Ronnie had promised me the front page if I got an interview with the painting's owner. And here was a crazy Spaniard claiming to be just that. I needed to find out who had put the painting up for sale. Maybe there was more to find at the gallery.
An uncomfortable nickel back there.
Lane was sitting outside the cafe. He looked dazed. Hi.
So it is you, madame. There is no coffee. There is cola.
No thanks.
That is your choice.
Hello, Monsieur Lane.
Ah, the delectable Nicole Collard, super sleuth. How may I be of service?
I was hoping I'd find you here.
Always available for a lovely lady such as yourself.
Henri's death. It must be so very hard for you.
Yes, I shall miss him deeply. We had such a very special relationship. The loss is so hard to endure, even for a man of such inner strength as myself.
What do you know about the owner of La Malédiction?
That was Henri's business. He found the painting and did the deal with the owner.
Would anybody else know anything about the owner?
Not likely. He kept especially quiet about that one. But he always kept a manifest for every exhibition.
I'm writing a follow-up piece on the gallery theft.
Ah, so you need an inside view. Authoritative.
Something like that.
The police have finished in the gallery. We could chat in the office. It's much more comfortable. More intimate. I might even be able to rustle up a little bottle of champagne.
Maybe later. I have some things to do first.
Maybe next time.
You mentioned a manifest. How would one get a look at that?
One might start in the office. That's where Henri kept most of his paperwork.
About the gallery.
Of course, my dear. We can go there now, if you'd like.
Coba lah ya.
That sounds great.
We can discuss my ordeal over a glass of champagne.
A cozy chat with Lane was the last thing I wanted. But it was my best hope if I wanted to get a look around the office. So, what are we waiting for?
After you, my dear.
Awas aja lu macem-macem, Pak Tua.
The place was heaving with junk. Finding what I wanted wouldn't be easy. As Lane sat down, something stuck out from beneath the cushion. It looked like a folder. Whatever it was, the police had missed it. I needed to get it.
Come, join me on the couch. I'm ready for you.
What?
You will be gentle with me, won't you?
Oh, I'm never gentle, Monsieur Lane.
Oh. Do call me Hector.
This is not good.
I couldn't. The gallery looked.
Locking aja.
Lane hadn't noticed the folder. With that amount of padding, who would? The only way to get hold of it was to distract him. If I tried to reach a... Monsieur Lane?
Hector.
I see Henri had a...
Yes, for a man of high aspiration, he had alarmingly low taste. Nevertheless, I shall miss him. We were like family.
What will happen to this place now?
Henri's widow will decide, poor soul. She may find it in her heart to keep me around.
Oh, I'm sure she will. Oh, Hector. Perhaps I will join you in that glass of champagne.
But of course, champagne, nature's balm in troubled times.
To new friends.
To... Oh, mon Dieu, that is so cold!
Oops, silly me. I am so sorry.
I'll have to dry this off. Don't you worry, my dear.
In the folder was a list of all the paintings in the exhibition. La Malediccio had to be there. It was. And next to it was the owner's name, Mr. Medovsky. The police had obviously not spotted the folder. I put it back. I had what I needed for my story. Monsieur Lane, thanks for everything. But I think I hear my editor calling.
Ma chérie, no need to leave so soon. It's only a little spillage.
Yeah, you didn't get any pussy.
And I found out who claims to own La Malediccio. Some guy named Medovsky. Sounds Russian, right?
Medovsky, my God.
Who is he?
He's new on the oligarch block. Fresh into London from Russia with ambition and a bloody reputation. Collard, this is way over your head. I'm gonna put a more experienced crime journalist on the story. I can't afford for you to get hurt.
Relax, Ronnie. This is my story. Leave it with me. Let's discuss it over lunch tomorrow.
Okay. But don't do anything more. See you tomorrow.
Ronnie didn't trust me on this story, but I wasn't going to let him give it to someone else. I was going to have to move fast. Come in.
George!
Hi, George. Great to see you.
Hope you don't mind me just dropping in.
No, not at all. How are you getting on?
Pretty good. I found the gun that was used in the robbery.
I'm impressed.
Yeah? Well, Nave wasn't. He accused me of trying to plant it, and then of being involved in Henri's death. Then he threw me into a cell. He couldn't make a stick, of course, so he had to let me go this morning. But he's convinced I'm involved. So if I put a foot wrong, he'll nail me next time. But, hey, on the bright side, have I got a story for you. Annette, the manager at Vera Security, lied about the owner of the company. When I pieced together that shredded letter, I got a name, Medovsky.
Medovsky. That's the same guy who claims to own La Malediccio.
What? He owns the painting and Vera Security? He has to be the one behind this whole scam.
You're telling me? We have to be sure.
What the?
I cannot sleep on that bed. It is too soft.
George, this is Senor Marquez.
Nice to meet you.
So you are this George, huh?
Senor Marquez is staying in the apartment across the hall. Apparently, he's the real owner of La Malediccio.
What? I thought you said Medovsky was the owner.
Senor Marquez claims the painting was stolen from his family during the Spanish Civil War.
Really? Do you have any proof?
Senor Marquez, could you show him the photograph?
Part of the family photograph was missing. The very section that was so clear in Nico's photo. How can we prove this is you as a child?
The dates would tie up, George.
You're certain this is you?
Senor, I do not lie.
The old man claimed to be the child in the photo. Part of the family photograph, the very section that was so clear in Nico's photo. That's definitely La Malediccio hanging on the wall?
It belonged to my family, so it belongs to me.
Who is this?
My father. When they came for us...
Who's this?
My mother, a good woman.
If the painting really was stolen during the 1930s, then this Medovsky guy has no legitimate claim to it. But how can I be sure that...
I can prove it. Look at my father in the photograph. You see the medallion he's wearing? He gave it to me just before he died. This medallion has been in our family for hundreds of years.
Oh.
It's definitely the same medallion. A snake eating its own tail. That's also on the painting.
It is the Ouroboros.
The what?
The Ouroboros. It is a sign of my people, my family, my faith. The Gnostics. My father was a Gnostic leader. La Malediccio is sacred to the Gnostics. Hence they both display the Ouroboros.
A priest I met said the painting was the devil's work. A thing of evil.
Ha! He would say that. Do not believe all you hear from the church. Whatever you think, the painting is mine.
If Marquez was the true owner of Malediccio, then Medovsky had no legal claim to it. Might be tough to prove, but if I could, we wouldn't have to pay out on the insurance. So, if the painting belongs to you, how did Medovsky get it?
The fascists stole it. It went to Madrid, then Berlin, then, after the war, to Moscow. After that, it was lost, until now.
We need to talk to this Medovsky, but how do we find him? Hey, Nico?
Yes, George?
Here's the proof.
Interesting. But
What do we know about this Medovsky character?
Ronnie said he was dangerous and very rich. He claims to be the owner of La Maledicción.
And appears to be the boss of Vera's security who were supposed to protect it. Now that kind of figures. The best way to steal something is to get hired to look after it. But why steal a painting you already own?
Yes,
We
why?
need to talk to this guy.
To do that, we need to find him. So let's go over what we know about the thief.
Okay, well, he had a distinctive tattoo on one arm.
And his helmet had Waterloo Motors across it.
Not a lot to go on.
Why would somebody steal their...
Insurance?
I get the impression that Henri was somehow involved. I found the gun that Henri...
If Medovsky owns Vera Security, it means that he must know the killer.
Well, it can't be Annette, but she has to be involved in some way. You said the thief had a tattoo.
On his arm, it was a skull and crossbones with headhunters written around it.
We need to track down Waterloo Motors.
Have you tried the internet?
I've been kind of busy.
Okay, let's have a look.
Bet.
Waterloo Station, Battle of Waterloo, Waterloo Kebabs, Waterloo Sunset. Ah, here we go. Waterloo Motors. It's a garage in London. I'll send the number to your phone.
London.
Waterloo Motors.
Hi,
How can I help you?
my name is George Stobart. I'm investigating a murder that was committed here in Paris.
What's that got to do with us?
The guy we're looking for was wearing a helmet with Waterloo Motors on it.
Oh, yeah. It's a very popular helmet.
I don't suppose you know who might have bought one?
Well, not unless you've got any more information, mate.
The killer had a tattoo on his arm. It said, Headhunters.
Oh, I know that guy. Yeah, he bought one of our helmets just the other day.
Terrific. Do you know his name?
Nah. He brings his boss's Merc here to have it serviced. Word to the wise, though. I hear he don't mess about. The car's registered on Dutchy Street, if there's any help. I mean, that's all I know, mate, sorry.
No, that's more than enough. You've been a great help. Thanks for your time.
See ya.
Bingo!
Good work. That has to be the guy. And now we've got his address.
How about a trip to London?
I thought you'd never ask. Senor Marquez, will you be okay here?
The bed is uncomfortable, but it will do. Come back quickly with the painting, eh?
Go to London now. Goodbye, Paris.
London cabbies. Gotta love them.
This is the place. Here on the right. To afford a place like this in London, you've got to be good at something. So, we clear on how we're going to do this?
Yeah, we're two insurance investigators, see? We finagle our way inside, butter Medovsky up, and then get the dirt on him, right?
Finagle?
Yeah, finagle. You remember how to finagle, don't you, Nico?
George, how could I ever forget?
Good, because I suspect we're gonna need major league finaggling to get this one.
You got it. No answer. It was topiary in progress. Excuse me? Hello?
On your bike, darling. This is a private residence.
We're here to see Mr. Madovsky.
So?
Macam Putin lagi muka.
Showing him my press card. Nice bush.
Bush? This is so much more than just a bush.
Oh, I am sorry.
It's art, love. Or to be precise, topiary. And as everybody knows...
Topiary is a transition form.
That's right. A statement of man's dominance over nature. A metaphor for the human condition.
And yet...
It's not enough, is it?
Not for the big questions.
Life, death.
Right and wrong.
Tell me about it.
You struggle, monsieur?
Day and night.
That is the human condition.
Can we ever escape it?
It is possible through meditation, contemplation.
I see.
It is our only salvation.
Well, you give me food for thought, you have.
Anytime.
Much appreciated. At a difficult time.
You are welcome, monsieur.
So, anyway, this is my latest piece. What do you think?
It's very nice. Eagle? A two-headed eagle.
Result. Get in there, my son. Yes, it's a Russian Imperial Eagle for the boss.
Nico!
You spotted it straight off. I owe you one, lady. You have got that rare quality. Real insight.
Hati-hati rayuan
No,
perempuan,
please.
guys.
You have a rare talent. So, do you work for Mr. Madovsky?
I look after his security and stuff. And edges.
Security and stuff?
Yeah, you know. Stuff.
Ah. Do you know Mr. Madovsky?
Driver? He's out of town, I think.
We'd like to see Mr. Madovsky. It's about the insurance on La Maledictio.
The boss doesn't take callers without an appointment, but I'll see what I can do. I need a good reason to bother the boss with this. He's a busy man.
I understand, but I think he'll want to speak with us.
What makes what you have to say so important?
La Maledictio, a painting that belongs to him, has been stolen. If he wants his insurance claim processed quickly, then he'll want to speak with us. I think he might be annoyed if he finds out you never even told him we came around, right?
Okay, okay. Hang on, I'll phone him now. Yeah, Mr. Madovsky? French bird. Yeah. Yes, boss. Right, I will do. You've piqued the boss's interest. That isn't always a good thing. The gate should be open. I'll take you inside.
Thank you.
Follow me, please. Mr. Madovsky will be right with you, madame.
Well, we're in. Now what?
We'll make him think we're all set to pay out on the policy. See if we can get him to talk.
Putin. Grill Putin.
Welcome, welcome.
Good day, monsieur. My name is Nico Collard, and this is my assistant, Georges Tabar.
You are here to discuss La Malediccio, yes?
Correct.
I am surprised to see you. My agreement with the gallery specified that my ownership should be kept in the strictest confidence. It would appear that agreement has been broken.
A man has been killed, monsieur.
An agreement is an agreement.
No way.
My apologies for disturbing you, monsieur, but I'm afraid we must ask you some questions.
So be it. The loss of a painting is nothing compared to the loss of a life. Ask away.
How did you come into possession of La Malediccio?
I purchased it at auction.
We have reason to believe that the theft was an inside job.
Oh, that is terrible. The staff at the gallery were so pleasant to deal with, but such is human nature. I trust this won't delay the insurance claim.
I'm sure matters will be sorted out soon. Did you know only...
Oh, purely on a professional basis. My restorer recommended his gallery to me.
Did you ever meet him personally?
No, only via email. I rarely fly. I'm carbon neutral, you know.
Very conscientious, monsieur.
Well, the planet won't save itself.
Yes?
Do you have receipts?
Of course. I have already sent them to your office.
These things take time to process.
What is there to process? I own the painting. Someone stole it, and your company provided me with insurance. I am the victim here.
A state you share with the deceased, monsieur. What connection do you have to Vera Security?
I've never heard of it.
There is strong evidence that ties you to Vera Security.
Oh, you are beginning to sound like a policeman, madame.
We are merely doing our jobs, monsieur. We must leave no stone unturned.
I would leave this particular stone unturned if I were you.
I'd rattled him, but I didn't want to push too hard. Of course. We will check our information again.
I would do that.
Your restorer, how does he fit into all this?
Hobbs? He did a little cleaning work on La Malediccio, that's all. I think that is enough for now. When do you expect the claim to be paid out?
It will not be long, monsieur.
When exactly? Surely you can give me a date.
Monsieur Medovsky, I'm sure you...
Please excuse the interruption, sir.
What is it, Shears?
Hobbs is here.
Tell him I'm busy.
He mentioned the portfolio, sir.
For pity's sake, can he not just follow simple instructions? Please excuse me for a moment.
The gardener's called Shears?
Yeah, probably not what his mother christened him.
Nah, berubah.
What a creep.
Very clever creep at that. We got nothing on him, and he knows it.
He just brushed off the Vera connection. We need something else to get under his skin. I could use Marquez as leverage.
Yeah, it's just one man's word against another.
So what else can we do?
Let's take a look around. Maybe there's something here we can use against him.
Good idea, George. You search, I'll keep watch at the window.
Hints?
I should have guessed. Keyboard was Cyrillic.
I tried to remember how that... I tried to remember... ASDZX... I didn't know the symbols. If I'd been able to remember the layout of a US keyboard, I didn't know... If I tried to rem... I tried to rem... ZX... Medovsky had left the cabinet open. On the shelf inside was a business card and a scribbled note. I picked up the business card. It read, Wilfred Hobbs, Fine Art Restoration. I made a note of the address. Then I put the card back where I'd found it. No point arousing Medovsky's suspicions. It was Hobbs's business. The note read, L. Serp Drawings for you to check. W.H. Now we're cooking with gas. I wondered if the painting could be in the portfolio that Medovsky had taken. A rush. It looked rather... See a penny, pick it up. It was a thank you note from a British Everything was in Cyrillic, except for a number. 1869. I suspected the medals weren't from the Moscow debating society. I suspected... It seems our Medovsky has friends in low places.
It's like my boss said, the guy wants to be a player.
Locked. I could only hope that Medovsky hid the key somewhere in the room. Medovsky in Libya. What kind of guy hangs a picture of himself and Colonel Gaddafi?
The kind who will commit murder in order to steal their own painting.
There is information there. Sure.
The catch had snapped. It was a beautifully inlaid cigarette box. That was almost a great... The catch had... By extraordinary good was the perfect shape to flip open the broken cap. Romanovs. The same Romanovs. The same brand of cigarettes that were in the ashtray in Vera's security. Keys are always useful. Can you hear what they're saying?
Yes.
You should not have turned up here, Mr. Hobbs. I made it clear I would deliver the package later today.
I wanted to make sure it got to me all right. I've got a lot of work to do on it.
This is most inconvenient.
Medovsky's arguing with his visitor, Hobbs, about the portfolio.
That portfolio is important, I'm sure of it.
May I open this?
It was locked. The study door's open now. Hear anything else?
Hang on.
Listen, Hobbs, just take the portfolio and do your work. You are nervous, and I don't like that.
Understood. I have got a few questions, though.
I do not like questions either. Hurry up.
I noticed a couple of people arriving. Who were they? They look like coppers.
They were from the insurance company.
Has the...
Hobbs is going to head off with the portfolio. Whatever's in there is important. We need to stay with it.
I got Hobbs' address from his card. When we're done here, we should check it out.
Okay, Josh, but hurry. Medovsky will be back soon.
I'm gonna check out the study.
Okay.
Wow, there must be millions of dollars worth of art on these walls. The drawer was open. My heart skipped a beat. But inside, I saw only... The drawer was open. But inside... These paintings would have kept a critic enraptured for hours, but I didn't have time to dwell. The desk was magnificent. The chair was fancy. Those two little holes were just waiting for me to put my face. I resisted the... A secret drawer popped open. I knew that publication date would be... At last, I was going to discover Medovsky's secret. It certainly wasn't Medovsky's sock drawer. Hey, Nico! Come see this! I think we've struck gold.
Hang on, I'm coming.
Look, his company, Wolfram, want to purchase La Maledizio. They're offering way over the asking price.
Anything connecting Medovsky to Vera?
Well, let's see. Here we go. A lease for Vera's security.
Aha! Then we have the proof we need.
Hang on, what's this? Expenses for a Mr. Shears. Waterloo Motors, one helmet. These are from Paris. Madame La Trex. Hotel Britannique. Pizza. Nico. Pizza. I think your friend Shears might just be Henri's killer.
Huh?
Josh, what have we got ourselves into? I just had to put everything...
Right. He'll never suspect we just ransacked his house for evidence.
Josh, the coin!
Damn. Look cool, me. I'll handle this.
I apologize for the lengthy wait. As you can imagine, my time is at a premium.
That's fine, Mr. Medovsky. I think we're almost finished anyway.
And payment?
Very soon, monsieur. Very soon.
Is there anything else I can assist you with?
So this Hobbs guy, good friend of yours, is he?
No, we simply have a business arrangement. We've been through this already.
Is that a picture of you with Colonel Gaddafi?
A deeply wonderful man. He was a great fan of the Impressionists.
Well, he certainly left quite an impression on Libya. Nice collection of medals you have there, Mr. Medovsky.
I earned them serving...
Anywhere interesting?
Chechnya. Ever been there?
No, can't say I've had the pleasure. Is that...
Of course. Printed in 1869, a great year for my country's literature. And Tolstoy is the master.
So, what brought you into the art business, Mr. Medovsky?
Oh, an eye for great artists, an appreciation of fine culture, and a love of what you Americans call the greenback.
You must be upset at the theft of La Malediccio.
Yes, and disappointed that someone would kill for such a minor piece. Now please, if you're quite finished, I'm a busy man.
Thank you for your time, Monsieur Medovsky. We'll be in touch soon.
Well, no prizes for guessing where we go now.
Hobbs's place, right?
Got it in one. Medovsky's pretty shady, don't you think?
He bought our act, though. You make a pretty good insurance man, George.
Yeah, who'd have thought it?
By the time he realizes we're not assessing his claim, we'll have cracked the case and be toasting our success.
Here's hoping. Looks like rain.
Come on, let's get that cab. Taxi!
I think we just stepped off the London tourist trail.
I guess this Hobbs character doesn't like visitors.
Not the kind of place you'd expect to find a restorer of old masters.
Unless you didn't want to attract attention.
He's attracted ours.
Thumbnail gue nih,
Let's
guys.
see what Mr. Hobbs knows about La Malediccio.
And let's try and get a look inside that portfolio.
The door was locked. Looking through the window, I could see that there was nothing in the van. Hobbs must have taken the portfolio inside. Not a... The horn. I decided... Slasha. I popped open the van. The van's hood was already open. I'd need the keys to start the engine. I had no reason.
Yes.
I'd need the keys. I had... The engine was held together by rust and dirt. Everything was covered in a sticky film of dirty black oil. Half the wiring wasn't connected to anything. It was clear why the horn hadn't made a noise. Neither hornpipe was connected to either the battery or the cab. A bundle of wires came into the engine bay from the dashboard. Many of the wires seemed to lead nowhere. It was the van battery. I needed to hook this up to the horns. A bundle of short, severed wires was connected to the battery. None of the wires were connected to any... It was the van's engine. It was one of two. It didn't seem to be connected to anything else. A bundle of short, severed wire. It was one of two horns. It didn't seem... The large dumpster was full of garbage. The large piles of junk, mostly boxes of old paints and scraps of mixed in were wires. George Stobart.
Ah, Monsieur Stobart. I trust you have obeyed my instructions not to leave Paris.
Of course, Inspector.
Good. You clearly know which side your cookie is buttered. Now, I require your presence tomorrow at the murder scene for a reconstruction.
I see.
12 o'clock sharp, monsieur. Or, as you would say, high noon.
Sure.
Any failure to comply, and I shall have you extraordinarily rendered. Have a nice day now.
And you. That was Nave. We're required back at the gallery tomorrow for a crime scene reconstruction.
Let me guess. Non-attendance is a criminal offense?
You got it.
You get it.
I had found just what I needed. 2 lengths of wire. I don't think there's anyone home.
There's a light on upstairs.
The engine bay was a mess. I used the wire. A loose wire. I connected the wire. A bundle of short. It was the van battery. It was the van. The horn was... The horn wasn't...
Sabet ini kayak ngebug game gue nih coy. Bangsat. Bang, keluar bang, please bang. Ya Allah.
I used the wire to join the bat. The horn wasn't...
Hah! Kok bisa?
A loose wire hung from the... If I had some spare cable... That wasn't... That was... I connected the wires from the cab. A loose wire hung... If I had some... A loose wire... A loose wire... There was already a wire connected. I used the wire to join the... I needed a... The horn wasn't... I connected... A bundle of wires came in... I connected the wire...
Okay.
A loose wire hung... A loose wire hung from the... I connected the wires from... The wire just reached across. I used the... There was too much wire. That... That wire wasn't long. The wire was just... I'd already cut. I connected the wire. Everything was wired up. The whole... I figured that should get Hobbs' attention.
All right, hold your blooming horses. What are you up to with my van?
Hello there. We fixed your horn.
So I hear. Now what are you doing in my yard?
Sorry to bother you again, Mr. Hobbs, but... Well,
He's not ex-
I decided to give it...
For crying out.
Sorry, just... Hello there.
Then make an appointment.
This Hobbs guy doesn't exactly...
There must...
I decided to give it a...
You two again? What is it this time?
He wouldn't want to...
Mr. Hobbs, do you mind if we ask you a few questions?
Yes.
Yes, you will answer a few questions?
Yes, I do mind. Clear?
Not really.
Good. Now get lost.
This is crazy. We need to get in there and take a look around.
We need a good...
I decided... I decided to...
What now?
Mr. Hobbs, let me just show...
Get lost.
This is crazy.
We need...
The large dumpster. A pile of... It was Hobbs. There was a note. For a second, I debated the morality of... The mailbox was empty. I decided to give it another blast.
What now?
I had no idea what was in the letter. There was no point to... Sorry to bother you again. This is crazy.
We need a good cover story.
What do you think of this?
I don't know.
That? The mailbox was empty. That was... Climbing drain pipe. Climbing drain pipe.
Tadi ada anak play.
That was... That... There was nothing else. There was nothing else. That...
Bantu.
The door was locked. Looking through the window, I could see that there was nothing in the van. Hobbs...
Oh shit.
That... That would be... I decided to...
What now?
I had no idea what...
Sorry to...
This is crazy.
We need a good...
The law... That... The mailbox was empty. I wouldn't... Nico?
What?
So, it's like...
No!
Nico? We really...
You're right.
The mailbox was... There was nothing else. Nope.
I need to try something else. That's something else. Do you need to try?
The large... I'd pound. We were going to have to find another. That. I'd already jerry-rigged the whole. I'd pound. We were going to. I wouldn't have been able to break.
Bang, gua bingung bang.
There was nothing else of interest in the junk. That wouldn't.
Ini gimana cara kita mainnya?
I decided to open the letter.
Ya elah.
Dear Mr. Hobbs, due to previous incidents, we are writing to inform you that we will no longer be sending models to your address. It went on to discuss Hobbs's temper and other alleged infractions, some of which still carry the death sentence and certain less interesting. This could come in useful.
We can examine the letter. Right. Didn't know about that.
I decided to give it a...
What now?
Afternoon, miss.
About blooming time. About time you two showed up.
Hello, Mr. Hobbs. I was just wondering if...
Can it, Goldilocks? I don't have time for chit-chat. Just get undressed behind that screen.
Undressed?
That was the deal. An extra 20 quid because I need you with your kit off.
The studio was freezing.
And as for you, darling, no need to get undressed. I've got a vivid imagination, so I'll just use that. Either way, just go sit over there on that rug and give me your best belly-pock floozy. That's perfect. Just hold it there.
Nico made for a good distraction. I just needed to figure out how to get a look inside that portfolio.
Oi. Oh. I know. I'm not paying you to gawp around my...
Sorry.
I didn't need to sit.
I wasn't going to mess around.
Hey! Leave that... The heating...
Sorry.
I turned the...
Oh, you! Get down!
Oh,
That doesn't work.
It was a shaky old... I didn't want to play. Those days are... But I wondered who... I had known... How...
oh. Sorry.
If I was going to take a look up there, I'd have to do... I didn't...
Hey. How about a top-up?
Thanks.
Whiskey.
Hey.
A variety of...
Excuse me.
Oh, what are you...
Yeah.
Blow me.
So, what's in the folder that you're so touchy about?
Little boys should keep their noses out of other people's business. Understand?
Totally.
I have got my...
Yeah, about this naked, sprawling...
Oh, what's up? Afraid of the shrinking effects of a cold warehouse?
No, it's just...
First time? A little embarrassed? Well, if it helps...
No, definitely not.
Well then, what are you waiting for? Let the monkey see the nuts!
We had a saying in the Stobart family. If a job's worth doing, then do it with your pants on.
But I thought you were a restorer. But you're working on this painting from scratch.
Well, yeah. Look, some clients want a painting that they don't own, restored from scratch. Don't worry.
I'll let you...
You two.
My. If it isn't George Stobart.
Lady Piermont. Oh, my. You're...
Naked? Of course. As an... Now, George, don't be shy.
That day was the day the nightmares had begun. Trapped, smothered, choking on lavender.
George, darling, pass me my...
Set.
Oi! God help me, but I've got a dead...
Well, you won't be meeting it. And besides, it's...
Lady Piermont and I had met before. She was larger than life. Lady...
Oh...
I'll see...
Hey! I've told you, don't...
Sorry, but Lady...
Look, pal, I know it's brass monkeys in here, but the wiring in this building is ancient. Her Majesty will just...
Lady Piermont, Mr.
Well...
Oh.
If you do not adjust the heating, I shall refuse to cooperate.
Lady Piermont, it's the circuits. They won't take the strain. You know what old buildings are like.
In which case...
Whoa, Lady Piermont, let's not be too hasty. I'm sure I can accommodate your needs.
Good. Perhaps you can start by letting George here turn up the heating.
Oh, go ahead then. But be careful. The power in here is temperamental.
I turned the thermostat. I wondered if the suspicious wiring could be used to my... I was...
Oi, yeah.
Sorry. If I was going to take a look... A word, if I may, Lady Piermont.
For you, George...
How did you come to be working with Mr. Hobbs?
Wheresoever... And what better way to help than to expose one's flesh to the sensuous brushstrokes of such a talent?
Do you know anything about a stolen painting called La Maledicción?
Oh, is this another of your adventures, George? How delicious. My heart's a tremor, George. Do you think Wilf is mixed up with this?
Maybe, but I need you to act normally until we're sure.
Mum's the word, Georgie.
Can you keep a secret, Lady Piermont?
I am the very soul of discretion, as you know.
You see that portfolio by Hobbs's table? We need to take a peek inside.
Be still, my beating heart. Just give me the nod, and I'm putty in your hands.
So what have you been up to since our last encounter, Lady Piermont?
Charity work, dear boy.
Oh, any particular kind?
Young men, George. So many have lost their way. I try to guide them.
That's all for now. Wow. The record had stopped. The stereo was... I turned the volume up a few notches. Hobbs seemed to have a thing. A record was spinning.
Ini lagi lah gue.
Oh, you. Get down from...
Blowing the power would certainly, but the elevator alone wasn't.
A word if I may, Lady Piermont.
For you!
Lady Piermont, we need...
How thrilling!
Act...
Oh. Is this good?
Perfect.
Oh, no.
Harus,
This is going to...
harus cepat gak sih ini?
Damn it. Hey, what? How about a top-up?
Hey!
Oh, no. This is going...
A straw had broken the... An empty click.
Nge-stuck kayak gini.
I was too late to catch.
Oke. Bingung juga gua sih.
Now was my chance. Well, it wasn't La Malediccio, but it did appear to be a study for an element of the painting. There was something different about the image in the center. I figured this...
What the heck are you doing with those?
Huh?
Well, that was fun. Just like when you were a private Dick George.
So, you're not models?
No, Miss...
Well, you can't be a copper. So what the blazes are you doing in my...
We're investigating the theft of a painting, La Malediccio, by the Spanish artist El Sur. One of these sketches is a study of that painting.
Well, sure, but what's that got to do with that? I'm a restorer, and I restored it. I've got nothing to do with what happened after that painting left this studio. How was I to know it was going to get Henri killed?
Hang on a second. How do you know Henri's dead?
Look, he and I went back a long way. The Lézard Bleu was on the ropes, so I got the painting into his exhibition. Nothing like this was supposed to happen.
We're not accusing you of anything, Mr. Hobbs. We just want to get to the bottom of this.
I get that, and I'll help you however I can. But this mess is way above my pay grade.
We have reason to believe that Medovsky is mixed up in the theft of La Malediccio.
Eh? What would he gain from stealing his own painting?
We have strong evidence that Medovsky is not the real owner.
You'll have a hard time proving that. Medovsky has a full set of provenances for the painting. It traces its legitimate ownership all the way back to the painter.
Why didn't Medovsky mention it?
Because they're not with him. Henri's got them. Or had them.
And Henri is dead.
So ask his partner.
Lane?
Lane, yeah, Lane. Look, pal, you're wasting your time looking for conspiracies here. And you're wasting my time if you're not actually going to get naked. Go get the provenance from Lane, and everything will turn out hunky-dory.
So it's Lane.
But it also puts Marquez's story into question.
Not my problem, darling. Now both of you, get lost. I've got a painting to finish.
And we have a critic to interrogate.
Someone's lying, but who?
Is it the gangster or the old Spaniard?
The painter or the art critic?
I need to head back for Nave's reconstruction.
What about the evidence from Medovsky's house? Will you give it to Nave?
I think I should. And I can put the squeeze on Lane. Ask him about the provenance.
Good. I've got lunch with Ronnie tomorrow. This story is hotting up, and I want to make sure he keeps me on it.
Taxi?
Yeah, that's it. That's a quiet game. Mau thank you semuanya. I will be back later. Take it, everyone. GG's.